right, hello and welcome to another edition of The Agenda, where we dissect the issues shaping our nation's future. I am Chike Ubogu. I'm coming to you live from Ibadan, the heart of Oyo State. And today we're diving into the turbulent waters of Nigerian politics, where we'll be discussing the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, power play, betrayals, and interests ahead of the 2027 elections. As we edge closer to 2027, the People's Democratic Party PDP, which was once Nigeria's dominant opposition force, is grappling with internal fractures that could redefine the political landscape. From leadership tussles to high-profile defections, and even clashing ambitions. The question now is the PDP poised for a comeback, or is the PDP on the brink of implosion? Well, joining me to unpack this and many more is Rotimi Johnson Adeniyi, better known as Oja Sokpe. He's a seasoned politician and a sharp social commentator. He has deep insights into Nigeria's political undercurrents. Welcome to the show, Oja Sokpe.
Thank you, Wike. It's always a pleasure.
Well, Wike is in Abuja. Wike is in Abuja, but Chike is here. But at some point in the program, you will be confused which one to call, the W or the C, Wike or Chike. Well, it's good to have you on the agenda once again, Oja Sokpe. Yes, let's start with the big picture here. The PDP has been Nigeria's main opposition since losing power in 2015. But recent reports paint a party in disarray. We've seen factional disputes, we have seen legal battles with INEC over leadership of the party, and even predictions that candidates of the party might not field might not be strong for fielding in 2027. What's your take on where the PDP stands today? As a former member of the PDP, what's your take on the state of the party now? Are you sorry for the party?
Well, I was sorry for the party, and I later, mourned for the party. But interestingly, it seems the PDP is resurrecting sort of, but is resurrecting and also relapsing, so it is a bit difficult to be able to say categorically the state of health of the PDP for now. But anyhow you look at it, the PDP is not positioned to challenge the incumbent at the federal in 2027.
You mourned for the PDP?
Yeah, because
you mourned the PDP?
I mourned the PDP. Believe it, there used to be a party. PDP died,
But you said there seemed to be a resurrection.
Yes,
somewhere.
With the caretaker stuff, the wicked camp, the court judgment last week. I'm beginning to think that there will be a semblance of a political party, in different states. But nationally, they have been using the word of
relegated.
Using the word of engineer Seyi Makinde, they are being aired down for the incumbent at the federal.
At the federal level. Well, we've heard from commentators like Chief Dele Momodu, who is a PDP chieftain, and he alleged that loyalists...
He's now an ADC.
He was a PDP chieftain, and now in the ADC, saying that loyalists are abandoning the party, leaving it to Wike and his allies, Wike and his cohorts. Is this a case of the APC sabotaging from within, as some would have claimed, or some still claiming, that the PDP is sabotaging the APC is sabotaging the PDP from within? Is that the game plan?
Of course, that's what is happening. And in Wike's media chat, that was the last one for December, for last year. That was December. He did not deny Governor Seyi Makinde's allegation that he was the one that offered to hold PDP down for President Tinubu. He didn't. So that is a confirmation, and nobody has come to openly, deny that. So, and the president himself said he's excited at the kind of commotion happening in the PDP, opposition political party. So we all know that, when the fish, when it surges in the market or it moves in the market, we know the worth of it. So, and when the leaf is dancing, we know where the drummer must be. So this is politics. When you begin to have crises that are defiling solutions, there are, maybe fifth or even sixth columnists that are also writing scripts and ensuring that these things are not resolved.
Are you not seeing it as power play at its core?
Of course, it's power play. It's power play. There are divergent interests, no doubt. There are divergent interests. Wike is now the minister of the FCT, and he wants to retain the leadership and godfather of Rivers politics. At the same time, to be able to remain relevant in the national play,
within this administration,
with this administration, he must, have something to offer, the sacrifice. So the sacrifice to maintain Wike's relationship at the center is holding PDP down. The PDP is the sacrificial lamb for Wike's continued patronage in the APC government.
Well, let's talk about power play now. The rift between Minister Nyesom Wike and Governor Seyi Makinde has been front and center, back and forth. Makinde at some point has been, or both of them, himself and Wike, Ugwai, Ikpazu, and Otom, were members of the G5. They were G5 allies.
Yeah.
And they shook the opposition and they delivered for the incumbents now in the 2023 elections. Now, they are clashing over control of the PDP. Now, and not only the party, even the party structure. Now, Wike accused Makinde of betrayal and stoking crisis. Now, what is really going on between Makinde and Wike? Does it transcend beyond the control of the party structure? Do you see anything as being underlining that Nigerians are not seeing, that major political players are not even seeing the handwriting on the wall? What is going on, really going on, between Wike and Makinde?
Well, if we have to analyze comments from both camps and both individuals, you discover that it's both power play and interest. Governor Seyi Makinde is interested in presidency for 2027. Wike has offered to hold down PDP for Tinubu for 2027. So Wike is interested in PDP, but he doesn't want PDP to stand in any opposing stand against the incumbent at the center. So on what platform is Governor Seyi Makinde going to accomplish his aspiration for presidency? He is presently in the PDP. In fact, as we speak, he's the overall leader of PDP, his own faction, his own camp of PDP. So picking the ticket will have been very easy for him and run against President Tinubu. So if Wike doesn't put up a fight, then his promise to the president to hold down PDP will have failed. So he must stop Engineer Seyi Makinde in his bid to revive the PDP and position it as the major opposition party an alternative to APC.
To APC, and for that, for the people of Nigeria, seeing the PDP as an alternative.
Yes, so that's what is happening now. So as much as Engineer Seyi Makinde has the aspiration to contest presidential election in 2027, Wike has the aspiration to remain in the Tinubu government and making sure no opposition party unseat that government.
Two things here. Aspiration led to the breakdown of relationship between Wike and Makinde. That's Governor Makinde's aspiration to become presidency. That's what you're saying.
Both aspirations, not just Governor Makinde.
Yeah, I'm coming to
Wike
Wike's
has
aspiration.
his own aspiration too.
Now, Wike's aspiration, holding down the PDP for the APC ahead of the 2027
so that
election.
he can remain in government.
To remain relevant in this administration.
Yeah.
Don't you see that as mega betrayal of the party PDP by Wike?
Well, I can't call it betrayal. It has its own moral burden, but I can't call it betrayal because all the games, all of them, they are all playing personal interest.
Game of interest.
Game of interest.
Okay.
So I can't call it betrayal, but it is a level of decadence that we have never witnessed before. That somebody will stay in one political party and use the same machinery of that party against his own party. You know, so I can't really call it betrayal, but the level of corruption and the level of wickedness that has been perpetrated because of his own personal interest is unprecedented. We have had in this country Chief Bola Ige of blessed memory.
Who was a member of the AD.
Was a member of the AD and
was
served in the PDP government.
As a minister of
but
justice.
he never did anything
anti-party
to destroy the party or the chances of his party aspirants and candidates from winning election. He did not. As a matter of fact, even though he was serving in the incumbent government at the center then, he was still a major threat to them in his own political zone, which was the Southwest. So it is not new, but Wike has chosen to go in a direction that has put our democracy in a kind of precarious, situation. It is not healthy at all, not just for PDP, but for our democracy.
So it means one can be a member of a political party but have an interest in the other political party.
And have an interest in the other political party and openly admit
to stampeding his own political party.
Yes. That's disloyalty.
Would you say disloyalty is an offshoot of betrayal?
You know why I evaded the word betrayal? Because he's not a party official. So he was not sworn in as a party official. Because if we want to use that word betrayal, there must be an understanding.
Okay.
But disloyalty, because as a member of a party, there is a level of commitment and loyalty expected of you as a member of a party. And you must know where to draw the line. As soon as you can be in NRP or any political party, I will relate with you personally. But I must know where to draw the line between my political party and your home political party. As soon as I'm beginning to put my political party at arm because of my relationship with you, then it becomes anti-party. And that's exactly what Wike has been doing.
Okay.
And he has admitted several times in the open. They openly went against Atiku's presidency. And they admitted several times, including Governor Seyi Makinde. He claimed he has repented, but I said he repented without apologizing, because there are two different things. If you're going to repent, good. But you must also publicly apologize to the people you betrayed.
Maybe he will come to the ADC to publicly apologize to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and maybe that will put an end to all the...
No, he will apologize to Alhaji Abubakar publicly. He also apologized to the people.
Which people?
The electorate.
The same electorate
Because
that
now
some
you're
of them,
saying that
some of them voted the other party.
They voted, those who believed in him, those who trusted him, followed his body language to vote who he voted for.
So is he going to apologize to them for misleading them?
Yes.
Misleading them?
Now he's condemning that party.
Okay.
He's condemning the presidency. The presidency you helped to put in place by working against your own party. It does not just talk about repentance. You must be able to apologize and let us know when you came to realize that you made a mistake.
What really happened for you to turn around?
Yes, not
and
just
become
because,
a born again.
Yes,
according to him.
So if you say these ones are vagabond, at what point did you stop being a vagabond with them? Because that was the word he used. At what point? You have repented, good. Then you need to apologize to the public. Because that was unprecedented in our democratic history. We've had cases where you suspect that a particular governor or a leader worked for a different political party at the center and another his own party at the state. But they have never, no one ever came to the open to admit. So it is still in the realm of speculation and suspicion. But in 2023, we saw governors openly admitting that they won't. And if you look at it critically, even Wike was still so smart with his own because he still delivered in state. He delivered the National Assembly elections, he delivered the State House of Assembly and his own governor.
Even before the delivery in Rivers State, he brazenly came out to say, we are working for this person.
Yes, that's why I said that was disloyalty.
Disloyalty. Now, let's come back to Rivers State again. Now, the issue between Wike and Fubara, do you think it will have an end? Did Fubara betray Wike, as it were? We're talking about betrayal here in the political party. Did he betray Wike by having a quarrel, a fight with Wike after Wike put him there as governor, so to speak? Was it an issue, or is what is going on there an issue of betrayal, or is it an issue of Fubara being emancipated and wanting to do the work he is there for the people of Rivers State?
Now, that's a very classic example of betrayal.
Okay.
But there are antecedents. We will not talk about the antecedents now. We only talk about Fubara
and Wike.
One, Fubara served under Wike as
Accountant General.
And for you to be Accountant General and be nominated for governorship, there must have been a very high level of trust between Fubara and Wike. Wike must have trusted him so much to believe that, oh, there's no better person to put in this post than this man. Fubara did not say, look, let me just serve my term with you. I'm not interested in this governorship. He played along. I'm not living in Rivers State. We know the kind of temperament, the kind of man Wike is.
Or maybe they had an agreement too.
Yes, Wike that can ask a royal father to stand up and humiliate him before the camera. Wike that can talk anyhow. Wike that will have told you what he wanted even before the election. You didn't say you are no longer interested, that this is too much. It was after he has enthroned you in a rather questionable election. Risk everything. They did not even allow the electoral petition panel to even sit. They did not allow the APC in Rivers State to even submit their petition. It was so bad. Now, it's now that you are now talking about emancipation. After they've started calling you Your Excellency, Your Excellency. That's rubbish.
Power is sweet.
That's rubbish.
Power is sweet.
Fubara is not a principled man. He's not a principled man. He's not better than Wike. Look at his utterances. He said he was never a member of PDP. You won election on the platform of PDP. So he's not better than Wike. That's where I drew my line. I was sympathetic of his ordeals. But I later saw that this man is not better than Wike. No, he's not better than.
You say he's not principled.
He's not. You know, he said immediately after the declaration of state of emergency in Rivers State that he's not even interested. You know, he was, you know, bragging and like he doesn't really care again. He went back to beg. He came to office and the first thing he said is now Rivers State who won. Nonsense. You didn't need to say anything. Even if you are going to fight, keep quiet. You do not hold the structure in the state. You do not control the State House of Assembly. So what is your fortress? What is your backup?
Is Fubara a politician?
We need to ask him, because if he's a politician, he has not behaved like a smart one. He has not behaved like a smart one. We have had somebody in Lagos State. I respect Babatunde Fashola so much, even more than I respect Mr. President, because it takes a lot of patience and wisdom to be able to manage the relationship of godfatherism at that point. Babatunde Fashola set a very good precedent for which it is easier for the likes of Ambode and Sanwo-Olu to continue. But if Babatunde Fashola has put up a fight like Fubara, we will not be saying what we are saying today about Lagos State. Despite his performance, that rubbish his predecessor's performance, he was still patient and wise enough to still submit without affecting governance negatively. Because they are not coming up with new terms. They told you before you admitted to become the governor. So why start a fight you know you can't win? That's my point with Fubara. You do not have any fortress. You do not have any backup. You do not have any special hasna. So why start a fight?
Do you think whatever is happening now would end anytime soon?
Well, I know. One thing is sacrosanct. It was a bit smart of him to have moved to APC. That will guarantee the rest of this term. Okay. But his re-election is not certain.
It's shaky.
It's not certain. Vague. It's so vague because already Wike has sent the signal to the national, particularly presidency, that is in control of both APC and PDP in Rivers State. So if he controls APC and PDP in Rivers State, then he has the like 90% of politicians in Rivers State behind him. So Mr. President will not want to risk that.
Okay, so let's shift our sights from betrayals now. But before we do that, the defections are rampant now. Looking at what happened in Kano State, we're looking at this whole thing. Abba Yusuf moving to the APC from NNPP. He also betrayed Rabiu Kwankwaso, if you will say. That's another form of betrayal, right? Okay, so that has been... now, let's look at opposition coalition. Wike dismissed it as a desperate power play, with Labour Party and NNPP also in crisis. Does it mean that it's a free ride for the APC in 2027, especially with all these movements? Now, Mr. President has, or the APC, let me put it that way, the APC has 31 governors to its fold right now. Should they be scared of any other thing, of any other political party come 2027? Or is your own political party, the ADC, coming to do anything spectacular that Nigerians have not seen or heard before?
I made a joke on Facebook less than 24 hours ago that APC is celebrating hitting 10 million registration mark.
Yes.
So I said in 2022, they celebrated hitting 15 million registration mark. And they could only pull up 8 million votes for presidency. So that means their influence, even within their own party, is waning. APC and presidency, you know, I think that's the most unpopular vote to emerge as president, judging by the margin. The total vote cast was less than 15 million. Am I right? Yes,
No.
less than 20 million. Yes, less than 20 million.
866.
Yes, less than 20 million. Then you now have 93 million registered voters. So if you have a very good turnout of election, APC has no basis. And the opposition party, you add their vote together, you see that it swallows up that of APC. Because Atiku, Obi, and Kwakwanso's votes, of the vote cast, APC did not have 30%. So the issue on ground now, even with the 31 state governors, if there is a free and fair election, then APC has lost the election already. Because if people are going to come out and vote, then you know APC has lost. That's why they are so jittery. They are preventing real-time transmission of election results from polling units.
Because that's where I'm going to. That's where I was building up to. Now, this issue of real-time transmission of election results, the electronic transmission of election results from the polling booth, it has generated so much uproar, especially in the National Assembly, protests here and there. Now, what is your take on this? Do you think real-time electronic transfer of election results is feasible in the Nigerian polity during our elections, feasible by INEC? Do you think it's feasible? If yes, tell us why. And if no, what are the factors that will militate it from, being realistic?
When politicians don't want to do something, they will keep telling you, giving you, flimsy, annoying excuses. But as it is today, even if there is any community in Nigeria where there are no network, we can improvise. There are mobile network services that you take about. We have 774 local governments in Nigeria. Nigeria can afford to buy 774 what's it called? This Elon Musk, is it Multilinks?
No, Starlink.
Starlink.
You mean Starlink.
Mobile Starlink devices to be part of the device and other materials they are carrying about for, and they will easily transmit from anywhere, even from Zambia forest.
So it's doable.
It's doable, but now I want to use USSD code. Is it
USSD?
USSD code. I can use it from anywhere. This is the delivery that may be slightly delayed. If you use your WhatsApp to send message, I can send it from anywhere. It's the delivery that may be slightly delayed, particularly when you are traveling where the network is fluctuating. It may take like 2-3 minutes before it delivers, but it will leave. It will be initiated. So why is the Senate panicking? Why don't they call technicians, experts? How do we resolve this issue? We still have 1 year to the election.
The ruling party has 31 governors, as I said earlier.
Yes.
They shouldn't be worried with real-time electronic transmission of results. Why are they worried now?
They are worried because despite all the public charade and all this playing to the gallery, they know the truth we are living with. There is hardship, there's insecurity, people are not happy at the grassroots. So forget whatever the direction the president is taking us, things are good, so we are aligning with the federal. They know deep within. In politics, and I must admit to you that I've participated in election malpractices before. That was in 2000, when I was contesting for councillorship.
You participated in election malpractice?
So I understand.
You were part of it?
I was part of it.
Oh.
So I understand fully.
You were part of the rot in the system then?
I was.
Okay.
Because they made me understand that, look, this thing is not possible unless you manipulate. So I know there's no how you want to manipulate results that I don't understand now, because I started from there. Before I had the rethink that if you want to serve the people, then why must it be at gunpoint? How do I hold you at the jugular now that I want to clean your shoe? Will you wait? It's not reasonable. So they know that if the election is truly free, emphasis, truly free and fair, then nobody will vote for this incumbent government, because Nigerians' lives have become so miserable since APC started ruling at the center.
Are you saying the APC's reality is not real?
It's not. It's a mirage. It's a mirage. No. They are just trying to paint it so that it will be easy to rig. Because it will not, when they rig the election, it will not be easy for them to say, we have 31 state governors, so what do you expect?
Many have said
majority.
that,
what do you expect?
Yeah, many have said that 2027 elections have been concluded already. Do you?
I don't believe it is concluded.
Okay.
I don't believe it. It depends on the opposition. If the opposition fold their hands, then it is concluded. But if the opposition rise up like they are doing now to insist on real-time electronic transmission of results from the polling units, then the election is not over.
All right, dear listener and viewer, you can drop your messages via the app X at Dominion Cast. I'll be reading your messages after this break. Don't go away.
Live from the heart of the action. Welcome to the nerve center of Next Level Broadcasting.
This is the OB van, where the studio meets the street.
Equipped with cutting-edge cameras, crystal clear audio, real-time switching, and broadcast control, we don't just capture moments, we deliver the experience live.
Anywhere, anytime, from stadiums to red carpets, breaking news to buzzing festivals, weddings, birthdays, and all sorts of ceremonies. We bring the world to your screen in real time.
It's not just a van, it's a complete mobile production house, a command center, a broadcast beast.
This is more than a broadcast. This is the OB van difference. Live, loud, limitless.
Ready to go live like never before.
All right, welcome back on the agenda. I've been discussing with I've been discussing the PDP power play and the betrayals with Rotimi Johnson Ojasokwe. Well, back to our conversation, Ojasokwe. Let's talk about interests. Right now, personal ambitions versus party goals. How do they shape the 2027 elections in Nigeria? Personal ambitions, party goals.
Well, for now, you still see a lot of movement. Even some of the people that have moved from PDP to APC, in the next few weeks, some of them will retrace their steps to either ADC or Labour Party or even PDP, because their personal aspirations, when they are not met, they will reassess their platform and retrace their steps. That's the role interest play. You know, interest is very germane when you're talking about politics generally, particularly in a country like Nigeria where there are no strong ideological differences in the political parties. In Nigeria, essentially, we follow leaders, not the ideology of the party. We follow leaders. When we see leaders we can identify with and whose vision we feel will be able to enhance our own aspiration, we follow them. So a lot of people have moved to APC with the assumption that aspirations will be met. So as we are closing on congresses of the political parties, and the party primaries are about to start, so many of them will reconsider that position and retrace their steps. So you see serious movements. You know, it's like transfer window. You know, somebody was accusing me, I've gone from PDP, you left Seyi Makinde, you have got. I said, it's my own interest. In 2014, when Seyi Makinde's interest was at stake, he left PDP for SDP. So you find, in fact, let me describe it like Senator Kola Balogun would describe it.
MKB.
My former boss. He said, we are nomadic politicians. He said, we are nomadic politicians because you keep moving until you see the green pasture. And where is the green pasture? Where you know your aspiration can be realized. So that's fundamental. That's very fundamental.
On a lighter
so
note,
that's where the interest push us about. So Wike is fighting because of his interest. Makinde is doing tantrum because of his interest.
Okay.
So whatever is happening is because of interest. Atiku moved out of PDP because of interest. Obi moved out of Labour Party because of interest. So politics, you know, politics is all about interest. It's just that while we are navigating and scheming for that interest, we should not forget the public's interest.
Why is it that most times, on a lighter note, most times when politicians find the greener pasture, they turn that green pasture to brown? They even turn it to sand.
I don't know what
There's
you're
no
talking
longer
I
pasture
don't know
there.
what you're talking about.
They lose the people dry.
Well, that's so unfortunate because it's because we don't have strong institutions.
Is it because it's politics of hunger?
No. Anywhere in the whole world, politicians will want to take advantage of the public. But when you have strong institutions, look at the US. Look at what is happening presently in the US. It would have been worse if there are no strong institutions in the US. So anywhere in the whole world, politicians, because they are so desperate in the pursuit of their personal interests, so many times they do that even at the detriment of the public interest. But where you have strong institutions, there will be check and balances. Then you know once you are caught, the police, the DSS, the FBI, or whatever agencies that are relevant, they will pick you up. And you can't buy the judiciary. You can't put, what do they call it, that they will postpone the judgment indefinitely while you are still enjoying the fruit of your looting. No, those things, they are just because we don't have strong institutions in Nigeria. We have individuals that have become stronger than the state, stronger than institutions. And that is why godfathers, politicians, they can do and undo. It shouldn't be.
Well, in 10 minutes, let's see if we can answer. We have an array of, we have a barrage of questions here from our audience here. Olunroti here from Lagos is saying, Ojasope, is Wike the PDP savior or destroyer? Very sharp, straight, piercing.
That's serious. Okay, let me say is both. Because in Yoruba land, ani òun ṣe mí, òun gbà mí. That's the exact description of Wike. Wike was a savior of PDP. Then he amassed enough strength and political power to hold PDP just for his personal interest, which is destructive to the interest of the bigger PDP. So we can say he's presently destroying the party. But in the long run, because he's still holding the party, after the 2027 election, most likely you will be able to now release the party for serious political patronage, and then he might not mind, facing the incumbent.
They always
That's
say today.
if APC is still the incumbent, but presently is destroying the PDP. But he, at a point, was the last man standing, rescuing PDP like a savior. So, ó ṣe wọ́n, ó ń gbà wọ́n. Or ó gbà wọ́n, at a point now is ó ṣe wọ́n.
Okay, so the answer you gave there is a political answer, like the politician you are. Ó ń gbà wọ́n, ó ń ṣe wọ́n.
Yes. So in some quarters you say that is the problem behind the party. And in some quarters they will see him as the savior. But like we have said earlier, the interest play is very germane.
Very germane. All right, Miriam is saying, will PDP survive the betrayals?
For this season, for this election season, I don't see it surviving, particularly at the national, because Wike, that is the overall leader of the PDP, that is, in charge presently within, in the next few days or few weeks, but he has said that PDP is not going to contest against President Tinubu.
Is that not a betrayal of the PDP?
Let's admit now that is a betrayal.
Amadi from Monia is saying, good morning, Chike and Ojasokbe. My question is simple, but it's long here. Why is Wike still in PDP when he is campaigning for Tinubu openly? Is this not the highest form of betrayal? If he wants APC, let him live quietly instead of destroying PDP from inside. Is there anything called political dual citizenship?
Nothing. There is nothing like political dual citizenship. There is nothing like bipartisan arrangement.
But he's showing his face now.
No, there is nothing. The mistake the PDP had, and it is because that Wike was so much in charge that they could not discipline him. There were no punitive measure for what the G5 did. There was none. So because Wike was in charge, he had the structure at the national. And that was where the fight with Seyi Makinde started, because they wanted to reduce his influence. But the G5 ought to have been sanctioned, penalized, and made to serve as deterrents, scapegoats. But when you didn't do that then, how much more now that Wike has successfully chased out other PDP leaders that can challenge him? They have all left the party. So, and who knows, Engineer Seyi Makinde's camp, if the court does not reverse the judgment nullifying the National Convention held in Ibadan, then he too and his supporters are also on their way out of the PDP. So if PDP is all, and PDP will now become Wike Democratic Party.
Or maybe to become WPDP.
Yes, the Democratic Party. And when it is that, you can't sanction your boss. So Wike is the overall boss. It's like the de facto BOT chairman of PDP.
Talking about Wike, do you see him falling out with Mr. President anytime soon, before the election?
No, I don't see that before the election.
What if it happens?
If it happens, it won't be what the public will be able to. We won't see it. There are some fallout that normally happen just before the actual voting. You won't know. Maybe a week to the presidential election, there may be realignment and rearrangement kind of. So you might not know, because publicly they will still identify with who we knew.
Do you think a Wike would identify publicly, as it were? Because a Wike,
That's
if
what
there's
I'm
a
saying,
fallout, a Wike will come out and he could be very vociferous.
Wike is smarter than that. No. Wike can change allegiance without making it public, without making it obvious, because there is so much at stake. Many of these political leaders have done that in the past. In fact, in 2015, the PDP national chairman did not support Jonathan's re-election. And it was not obvious until after the election. So they do a lot of things. It's not morally okay. But they do a lot of things at that level. So it might not be obvious to us until after the election. You now know that, oh, no wonder the result from so place was like this, because this and this must have changed allegiance.
Well, because of our time, Dere from Oluyole is saying, "No, Jasope, good morning, sir. I'm a PDP member from Rivers State. We are tired. Wike removed our local government chairman, imposed candidates, and now he is with Tinubu. Yet, some of us still believe PDP can win 2027 if we remove these godfathers. Is there any hope for ordinary members like us, or should we just defect too?" Well,
I will advise him to defect.
okay.
Because as long as you are in PDP, the present PDP, the present PDP is so sick. It's so sick. At the national, particularly we are talking about the national play. Then if you are talking about Rivers State, where do you want to defect to in Rivers State? There is the Rainbow Coalition in Rivers State, and that's APC and PDP.
PDAPC or APPDP.
So I would advise him to just go to ADC. But Rivers State, if one person controls APC and PDP in Rivers State, you only pray and wait. Because Rivers State is entirely in the hands of Wike.
Well, Ojasokwe says, watch and pray in Rivers State. Abdul from Akinyele says, good morning, gentlemen. I'm from the north. PDP zoned the presidency to the south for 2027. But Tinubu is from the south and will be completing 8 years. Well, how are you sure? Why should any northerner vote for another southerner from PDP when we can just vote Tinubu again and finish strong? Is PDP not shooting itself in the foot with this zoning of a thing?
Well, you must also understand that the faction of PDP that zoned the presidency to the south is not the Wike's faction.
Is it the Turaki faction?
Yes, because Wike is not talking about presidency in PDP now. So, and eventually, if the Seyi Makinde's faction survives all this battle and wins, then it will be a strong battle for the presidency in 2027. But the Wike's camp that is having upper hand presently is not looking at contending that seat, because Wike said the seat is not vacant. So, but in the next few weeks,
there will be a clearer view.
Yes, definitely before the end of this month, everything will be clearer. Everything will be clearer.
Akogun Rushewe is saying, Chike Ojasokwe, good morning. My worry is Atiku. Why is Atiku your worry, Akogun? He said he has contested many times, lost many times, yet some people still want him in 2027. Is PDP not tired of recycling the same faces? We need fresh blood. Somebody like Governor Makinde or even a younger face. What do you think? Well, before you react to this, to let Akogun Rushewe know that Atiku is not a member of the PDP. Atiku has joined the ADC, so I don't think will be well. But he's saying that that Nigeria needs fresh blood. Somebody like Governor Makinde or even a younger face.
It's not about the freshness of the blood. It's about the patriotism in the blood and the passion to liberate Nigeria. So when people talk about the freshness of blood, I said we have had fresh blood that they were like, in fact, I don't know how to...
Former Governor Yaya Bello of
Exactly.
Kogi State was a fresh blood.
Yes, and
But
we're
we know
all
the story.
disappointed. Yes, we're all disappointed. So it's not about the freshness of the blood. Then when you're contesting, you know, quitters don't win and winners don't quit. You know, those are the motivational lines. So what are you going to tell Atiku? He must giving it. If somebody beats him to it, good. But when he's alive and his health is not failing him, why can't he give it a shot? How many times did Buhari try? Even Buhari, that was head of state before, he still tried many times before he succeeded. So the fact that he's attempting, we that are younger, or the younger blood, like he said, they should buckle up their shoes and, you know, and even their belts to challenge them. If you challenge him and defeat him, you know, clearly, nobody will be looking at him. But for now, he has enough structure.
Yeah, on ground.
On ground. And that is why he will tell you anytime, any day that has he ever lost presidential primary before. Because he understands the game. What else that he's looking for is that presidency. So let's see.
Well, do you remember Salisu Buhari?
Yeah,
Toronto
the 29-year-old speaker.
Okay. Kalistus from Abeokuta, that's the last message I'll be taking here. It says, Ojasope, straight talk. Will PDP survive till 2027 as one united party, or are we looking at a breakup like what happened to AD, AC, ACN before they merged into APC?
PDP will have skeletal structures in some states. But at the national level, there is nothing.
Nothing.
You know, because once they are able to form the caretaker committee and the court judgment is in the favor of whichever the party. I know at the state level, some of them will be able to spring surprises and win State House of Assembly seats and the likes. Okay. But at the national, whether for Senate or for Rep or for presidency, forget it.
Wow.
Forget
well,
it.
Interesting. Ojaswe, in 30 seconds, your final thoughts.
So my final thought is that Nigerians should rise up against whatever will make real-time electronic transmission of results from polling units, whatever will hinder it. Nigeria must stand as one against it.
Interesting. Powerful insights from our audience and also from our guest, Rotimi Johnson Ojasope. Thank you all for your messages, and thank you, Ojasope, for featuring today.
Chike, not Wiki.
Okay.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Well, that's all for today on the agenda. I am Chike Ubogu saying good morning to you. Stay fit.